Sam, it's Michael, Don, and Peter. How are you feeling?
Hey, guys. I'm feeling a lot better. There was a really bad 4-day stretch there, but I think, for me, the worst thing about this sickness is now that I'm feeling better, I still can't do anything. And the timing couldn't be worse either, right at the beginning of the season. And I'm going to do what I can to, encourage the guys and go over the game plan and then help as much as I can.
What was it like for you as the quarterback of this team watching the offense struggle that much last night?
It was frustrating. It was really frustrating. Just sitting back and knowing I couldn't do anything about it. That's the hardest thing.
I mean, you look at the schedule. You have a third-string quarterback that's going to start this week against a great New England Patriot team. Sam, are you worried that this season is going to spiral out of control before you even get back?
No, I'm confident in our team to be able to rally. Obviously, we got the bye after the Pats game. Hopefully for me, I'll be able to, recuperate and, get back after it and, work out a little bit. And then hopefully the goal is to be back against Philly, week 5. So that's the goal for me, and that's what the doctors are estimating. So if I get back for Philly and we go on a little run, obviously, we got our work cut out for us. But nothing's easy in the NFL. Nothing's given to us. But, if we go on a little run, anything's possible. We're excited about it.
Passion's non-negotiable. You have to love this game.
Fight! Fight to every whistle!
It's always about just the relentless, tough guys that just will never say die.
Guys that hate to lose almost more than they love to win.
I think it's just a story that's going to be written, man.
So here comes Tom Brady into victory formation. And he'll have to take one more knee to make it official. And then the Jets will mentally regroup. Their next 3 games coming up after the bye week: at Philadelphia, home against Dallas, and home against the Patriots again. The question is, will they have Sam Darnold, C.J. Mosley, Jordan Jenkins, Quinnen Williams, those players back for those games? They certainly hope so, because they should be a much different team if they do. The final score here in New England: it's the Patriots over the Jets, 30-14.
Heading into the bye week at 0-3, the banged-up Jets are at a crossroads. Adversity has hit one Jets drive.
Quincy will be out for the season.
We have, big shoes to fill. We have to, bring our game up to another level.
Sam Darnold has been ruled out indefinitely with mononucleosis. Say what?
First of all, their schedule's brutal. Now they're going to a backup.
What's our attitude going to be? Is it going to be, woe is me, the sky's falling? Or is it, this is a challenge we're going to embrace?
Simeon looking for anything, going to launch it downfield. Can he hit the jackpot with that? No, incomplete. Is looking for Ryan Griffin as he got drilled. Now he's grabbing his left leg. And right now, Luke Falk, in his second season out of Washington State, is the quarterback for the Jets.
Isn't it amazing how quickly things can change in this business? I mean, it's just all of a sudden I'm watching the game last week, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're in the game.
Yeah.
First opportunity.
This is my first game I've ever been active. Next thing I know, I'm in the game.
They come and down he goes.
With 13 games to play, how will they respond?
Obviously, it's going to be disappointing. It's going to be a little frustrating. But at the end of the day, we know we made mistakes. We got to go up there and clean them up.
How do you keep the team together?
That's a good group of guys. You don't have to worry about them. That's the last thing. That's the last thing I'm worried about. As far as personality-wise goes, these guys are all going to fight together and they're going to stick together. And, if you were in that locker room after the game, you would understand.
As the team moves forward and prepares for their next challenge, Harvey Langi never loses perspective on what it's taken for him to get here. For the Jets linebacker, the trip to Foxboro marked a return to where his NFL career began and nearly ended. After graduating from BYU, Langi didn't hear his name called during the 2017 NFL Draft. He was signed by the New England Patriots, where he quickly turned heads on special teams and defense, earning a spot on the 53-man roster.
When I knew that I was going to be a part of that team, I was just like, yeah, I felt like, man, whatever I'm doing, I'm going to keep trying to improve and keep trying to do my job and keep trying to do the things I am doing because it seems like it's working. And I was feeling, of course, like super blessed and grateful at the time. Like, gosh, I just made it as an undrafted player to the defending champs, you know? So it was a huge accomplishment, but I never took it as, man, I made it already.
On October 13th, 2017, the Patriots were preparing for a road contest against the Jets. For Harvey and his wife Cassidy, the routine Friday would quickly turn into an unthinkable nightmare.
I just remember it was a huge week for me because guys were getting banged up and they didn't know. I was on the list of like, hey, we might bring you up, we might hold you off. We're gonna see how some guys are feeling and just stay ready. And I just remembered that I was just trying to stay focused that whole week because if my name was called up, it was not gonna be only for special teams, it was going to be for some defensive snaps.
So the day was just a normal day. We were just hanging out and then we decided to go out to dinner and we went to a steakhouse down the road.
One of our good friends from our church, the bishop of our church's daughter, her and her boyfriend called us up, hey, let's go to dinner, we'll go somewhere close to you guys because I know you have to go to bed early, blah, blah, blah. And I said no. I was like, nah, let's not do it. And as we hung up, I looked over at Cass and I can tell, like, she was like, dang, like, we could have easily just gone and grabbed food and came home, like. And I was just, nah, we're not gonna do it. And then like 30 minutes later, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna call him back, throw on some jeans, let's go.
The restaurant we were at was just less than 5 minutes from our apartment. And I remember we were just driving home right before we got to the red light to turn into our apartment complex.
We had Cass's Mazda 3, small little sedan. We're driving that home, and I just remember trying to find a song.
Harvey had been trying to mess around and find a song, and I told him, by the time you find a song, we're gonna be home, so like, why are you looking for a song?
We hit that red arrow, I'm like, perfect timing. I'm gonna find a song. And I remember hitting the song, and I was trying to be annoying, turning it up, trying to sing along with it, because I found a song. We're not home yet, trying to like prove a point, and then boom, we were hit.
Police say it was a chain reaction crash that put 5 people in the hospital and left 3 vehicles mangled.
This was the scene in Foxboro Friday night after a car carrying rookie linebacker Harvey Langi and his wife Cassidy were rear-ended while sitting at a traffic light. The Foxboro Fire Department said one person had to be extricated from the wreckage using the jaws of life.
Harvey woke up in the car. I didn't, and he looked over and he saw that my head was cracked open and I was just bleeding everywhere and I wasn't responsive, so he thought I was dead.
I didn't get any response from her. Of course, in my heart, I'm like, she's gonna be okay, she's gonna be okay. But when they kept taking her out and she just wasn't responding and they just weren't trying to tell me any information, man, that was the thing that haunted me the whole time.
He was trapped, so he was trying to get out. They took me in a ambulance and they took him separately after they cut him out.
But they separated us. I went to Providence. She went to Boston. I'm in the trauma room in the Providence hospital, and 2, 3, 4 hours later, I finally get a call from her. But those 2, 3, 4 hours, man, were the longest hours of my life because I just had no information of like what her health was.
I split my head open and I had about 15 staples. I broke my pelvis in 6 spots, and I think I ended up breaking about 8 to 10 ribs. And then I had some internal bleeds as well.
Strained both my ankles, both knees, PCLs, MCL, and meniscus, and then my left knee, my LCL. Luckily, none of my ACLs were torn in it, and then I broke my lower back, and then just crazy whiplash in my head, concussion. Shattered my teeth, I guess, because I just ate the steering wheel, so I shattered a bunch of teeth, and they found it in the x-ray.
I just know I kept asking for Harvey. That's all I cared about. It was where was Harvey and is Harvey okay?
I think the biggest thing was just making sure that Cass was okay. If Cassidy was fine, if I was paralyzed or whatever, you know, I'm super blessed and grateful that I'm not. But if any of the situation would have been worse, knowing that I was just alive and knowing that she was alive, we're gonna live our lives together and we're gonna live through this. But man, it was tough to be away during the time.
After more than 3 days apart and with family and friends by their side, Cassidy and Harvey were finally reunited at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston.
Hi, Harv.
Don't walk, run, boy.
I know. Hi. You okay? Oh. Look at us.
Oh.
I'm so sorry it took me forever to come see you. I love you so much.
I knew what I was going into. I'm like, man, I'm gonna see her. It's gonna be, a good reunion. It might be a little bit emotional, but when it did happen, I was just like, gosh. It was like walking down the aisle again almost. It's like, man, I'm so grateful that, you're there with me and by my side type thing.
I was just super emotional. All I cared about was Harvey, and I didn't care about the pain I was in or anything with me. I just wanted to be back with Harvey, and so I was just really emotional getting to see him again and that he was gonna be okay.
That was the biggest thing that we held on to, is like, hey, we have each other still and we're still alive. We don't have that Mazda anymore, and man, we have a lot of things to fix on our bodies, but gosh, we're alive and we have each other. So that was the thing that we held on to.
Yeah. I can't let them break me down. I can't let them break me down.
Fully recovered and stronger than ever, Cassidy and Harvey welcomed their son, Rad, to the world 3 months ago. With a fresh start in their new home, the Langis take each day in stride, with eyes on the future and a new outlook on life.
I think Harvey's always really hard on himself, and so looking back on that night, when he has a bad day or a bad day at practice or a bad anything, I always try to remind him of how blessed we are to be where we're at.
I wanted to play football again, and I told her that, and that was her mindset to push me to play football again, and she wanted to be a mom. Every time I'm out at practice, sometimes I'm smiling. Even if it's like a serious moment, sometimes I'm just like, might just drop a smile, because I'm just like, gosh, we're out here together just playing ball, It's a Wednesday afternoon or Friday or Saturday or Sunday night or Monday night or whatever. Like, I could be anywhere in the world doing anything at this time, but right now I'm in Jets jersey with my last name on the back, with my wife and kid in the stands. Like, wow, like, how blessed are we? And it almost just reminds me every day, like, gosh, like, don't let the little things bother you. Don't let all these things that used to stress me out, because right now it's pretty awesome. It puts us back to like what really matters, and yeah, just super blessed and grateful.
The worst part about the whole thing was sitting down on the couch on that Monday night against Cleveland and then Sunday against the Pats, feeling worthless almost, just watching it and having nothing to do with the game. That's really why I'm pushing to get back as soon as I can. The fact of the matter is we're 0-3 now, and, we got a mountain to climb, but we can climb it. We're not afraid of anything, and, like I said before, we can go on a run. It's just about our guys, having the mentality of, not taking shortcuts, making sure that every single day we're doing the right thing in the film room, on the practice field, in the weight room, in the training room, making sure that we're staying healthy. All those things are happening, and if we do that, I think we can go out there, execute, and not only play with the best of them, but also beat the best. It's awesome, to be back with the guys after not being there for, really a week. It was awesome to get back and see the guys and be around them. I have full confidence in our guys, but for us, again, going back to what I said, is we have so much talent. It's just once we put everything together, we're going to be hard to stop. If I get cleared to play, it's going to be one of the best moments of my life. I never thought that sitting out 2 weeks would be as devastating as it has been. But like I said, it sucks, man, to sit on a couch and not having anything to do with the game and the ability to try and go out there and win a game. It sucks. It's not a good feeling, and to be back and hopefully be able to play on Sunday, there's nothing that's going to be much better than that.